Hi, it's Kim from Made by Mommy. This guy over here, his name's Steven. He runs a channel called The Salon Guy. I am scared and excited.
Don't be scared. You won't look like me in the end. You'll be fine.
Okay, that's very comforting to hear.
So we're doing a haircut makeover, and we're gonna do some makeup on Kim too. She's thinking there's gonna be hot water in here. Just breathing.
That'll be like the ice bucket challenge and the makeover all in one. So Steven's finished cutting the hair, and now Chris Lanston's gonna do my makeup, and I'm super excited to see how that goes. He does makeup for the most amazing celebrities. So I've asked him to try and take a step back a little bit to do something that's a little bit more approachable, something that'll be easy to repeat, and that hopefully you can learn from too. If I'm gonna try and put on makeup, I'll usually on an average day spend less than 5 minutes.
Okay.
If it's a special date night, we're going out, maybe I'll work up to 20 minutes to try and make a more dramatic look, but I've never gone beyond that except on my wedding day.
I see. You know what, let's do something in between then.
Okay.
Let's say we'll keep it simple so you don't have to worry about all this choreography that goes into putting on a face. And I'm going to show you some tips and some tricks, and they'll be really easy to duplicate. First things first is always prep time for your skin. Best thing I've ever used, Home Remedy lip scrub. You take some sugar, take a toothbrush, dip it in some water, brush the dead skin off of the lip. Do that for maybe like a minute or two. Wipe it off a little, and then take a little bit of honey and just place it on the lips and let that absorb. And I promise you, your lips are going to feel really smooth and very moisturized. You can go get like some cheaper chapstick, put a little bit of coconut oil or olive oil, and just place it on your lip. So let that absorb for a little bit. You wash your face. If you're feeling a little dry, you put on a little moisturizer. This is a really nice product from Maybelline. It's called Baby Skin. And it's an instant pore eraser. Make your skin look instantly smooth. You want to place a little bit in maybe the palm of your hand.
Length of a nickel.
Feels really smooth, like silk. I like to use the Beauty Blender sponge. They can run a little bit pricier, but they're a really good investment. Hand wash in the sink, not the washing machine.
No dishwashers?
No dishwashers, but you could definitely rinse it out
and
in the sink.
reuse it.
Exactly. A little bit in the forehead, down the nose, on the chin, and on the cheeks. We're going to just smooth out the skin, so when we place your foundation on, it's not going to look cakey. I like using liquid foundation. It's really quick and easy. I'm going to apply it with the same sponge, but for a quick way to do it at home, and it sounds really weird at first, what you would want to do is put the foundation in the palm of your hand again, rub it together like you're putting on moisturizer, and you'll get an even coverage. And run down your neck as well. I'm going to use this foundation.
That looks blue.
It does look blue. This is from Almay. It's really nice because it's anti-aging and it's smart shade. The smart shade basically, it adjusts to your skin tone. So it looks blue, really white, but when you rub it together, it changes into skin color.
So I'm not going to look like a character from Avatar?
No, no, you're not.
We're not going for that look today.
Not today. So what I've done now is just kind of evened out your skin tone first. Apply just a little bit of concealer. Start from the tear duct, go down to the cheek a little, and then up. And you can do this with your fingers, which is actually probably a little better. Best way to do that with your finger is to take a little bit here, and when you apply it, you would apply it kind of like in a triangle motion. So right here, look out for me. So before I blend this in, I'll let you see what it looks like. You just want to go all the way down to this area. You look really good. Everything's one tone. I want to add dimension to your face. I like to use more of a cream-based bronzer. And I like to take like a little angled brush. If you don't quite really know where to place your bronzer, you can always do the sucking in of the lips. If you want to do that, and you would just place it along the hollows of the cheeks. So this is a very light shade. It's better to go lighter than dark, and you can always darken it up. I like to take a bronzer and put it on the ball of the eye and just kind of go in a circle. So what you do is you put color on the eyelid, on the cheekbone, and kind of beside the nose, and you want to go in a circular motion like this. until you've got your desired shade. Ball of the eye, cheek, side of the nose. It's really fast, right? It's really quick, really easy. You're saving a lot of steps.
That I could do and still get to school on time.
After you do your circle motion, just kind of go in the temple and just kind of rub off the excess right there. I like to put just a little powder on to kind of set it. I like using a mineral base powder, and CoverGirl has a really good product called True Blend. You get a little messy after you use this, so just be careful when you open it. I like to put a little bit on the top, and I like to take just a really soft brush, just like a powder brush. So make sure you tap it first. Go in circular motions, because it is a mineral, which can make the skin look really glowy. The good thing about mineral powders is you can't really overdo them. Just gonna go in the neckline. And we're good. I like to use the Eyebrow Express by Anastasia Beverly Hills. You can also use like a brown eyeshadow. What I like to do is the tail first. So I just start at the very end here slightly and go down. And then just kind of shade them in. If you want to get a little fancy with it, I like to use a little bit of product here, which kind of holds the brows in place. You don't have to, it's just like a fancy step. You can always spend extra time doing it. It's good. I want to start with your eyes. So I'm using just a really chocolate brown, and you can get that with any makeup line. So close your eyes. What you want to do is you want to put it on the ball of the eye and get it as close to the lash line as you can. Okay, so it's going to look a little darker than usual at first because we have to blend this in. And this doesn't have to look neat. It can look kind of sloppy, and it will before we blend it. I go from the lash line to the crease. You just take a little lighter, like a lighter shade, and you just want to blend in circular motion. Kind of an evening, not so much of a daytime. You can use a lighter shade if you want to. For daytime, all you would need now is just apply some mascara and you should be good. But just for fun, let's add some bottom layer to the eyes to balance it all out. The best way for you to do liner is if you want to look at yourself in the mirror, hold the eye out just a tad, and then start at the corner, the outer corner, and just go inward.
Okay.
Look up. You want to get it very close to the lash line also. So what happens when a lot of people wear pencil eyeliner, as the day goes on, their liner gets hot or whatever and it starts to fall. The reason I use powder is because powder stays in place.
That is better. Well, and then you don't need 10 different products. Well, I predict this video is going to have 365 views a year at least because I'll watch it every morning while I'm putting on my makeup.
And to top off the eyes, I always recommend mascara. 3 things I always recommend for any woman that needs to feel awake, alive, look good: mascara, bronzer, and concealer. And I think every woman knows this one is in the pink tube. It's just really affordable.
Yeah.
This is Great Lash by Maybelline again. I don't like women just go up like they're
Painting it?
Yeah, it just gets on the tip. What you want to do is go in and jiggle it. A lot of women will just do the pumping process, which will push air in it, and it'll dry out your mascara.
Oh.
So the best way to do it is just to go around in it and then pull it out. If it does dry out quickly, the best thing to do is just take a little bit of Visine, drop it in there, and it'll loosen all that up again. Another thing Visine is really good for, a little bit of redness. I think more for pimples. Put a little Visine on the blemish. It'll take the red away. The last is lips. Let's say that you just want to do one step. I would use a liner and then fill it in. And this is just a very neutral color by NYX. You can get this in the drugstore. I think they run, I don't know, $3 or $5. And this is why you want to put that treatment on your lips in the beginning and do your lips last, because by the time you get to it, it's not going to be dry. What you want to do when you line your lips is stay either inside the lip line, or you want to go just slightly above it to give it a little bit more full effect. And then you would just shade it in. And that's what you really need for an all-color lip. To be fancy, we can add a little gloss. You want to place the gloss on the pout. And blot.
How's that? For the people that are at home all over the world, what can they tell their own hairstylists if they like this cut to try and get something that's similar?
So if you do want to go to a salon and say, hey, I saw this awesome haircut, it's a medium length layered haircut. It's cut probably just above the shoulders here and somewhat below the neck here. It has an angle where the face frame starts just below the nose, right through here, and then it kind of works its way down throughout the front here. So it's angled on this side and angled on this side. And then the layers are probably, I'd say, medium length layers to where they're probably about, I'd say, 7 or so inches, 6 to 7 inches on the top, because you have a good haircut, it'll last. So that's a good thing about this kind of shapes, it'll grow out looking good. So I'd say every 2 months you get this kind of look.
Everybody should check his channel out, because if this isn't your thing, he's got a whole bunch of other styles posted there. I'm sure you'll find something you love. Chris, do you have any last tips or wisdom you want to share with the folks on my channel?
Yes, always be confident. Because if you're not confident, your makeup's not going to look good.
Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.